Hey guys, welcome back to this brand new video. This video is gonna be interesting. But what our plan is to extract everything we can, okay? Whatever information we are here. If we make our basics or if we face the problem beforehand only, kind of it, like we get used to it. So when we actually solve a problem, it gets easier for us. Anyway, thank you for the 6 subscribers. I don't know how did I get those 6 subscribers. It's growing one subscriber one day, someone is unsubscribing. I don't care. It's just a documentation process. And if you're loving my documentation, oh, that's crazy good for me. Objectives. Define what recursion is and how it can be used. I mean, we have defined what recursion is like in the past video, right? A function calling itself. No, we didn't see that. We saw that Martin and the dragon story, right? Understand the two essential components of a recursive function. What are those? I don't remember. Visualize the call stack to better debug and understand recursive functions. I don't know what the fuck that means. The usual helper method recursion and pure recursion to solve more difficult problems. But this was the objective last time. But what is today's objective? What is recursion? Simple words, a process, a function in our case, that calls itself. What does it mean? I don't understand. For example, it was calling itself again and again. Tell me that now in our set of numbers, first number is odd or not by removing it again. Basically, it is calling that set of numbers again and again until unless we don't have anything. Until unless he was called a moron. Last video you saw right? Yeah. So okay. So what do I need to learn this? Because it's everywhere. Oh, by the way, before like to tell you like because that it is everywhere. What do I mean by that? Anyway, yeah, okay. So, for example, here, when a function calls itself, okay, when a function calls itself, no. For example, try to understand this code here. We have created a function named greet and we have put in console.log. This is a function only, right? This is a function greet is going to call console log, right? Whenever greet is invoked. So we invoke greet. So this function is calling another function. But what is the difference between recursion? It's that it is not going to be called one time. It's going to be called more than one time. It's going to be called continuously until and unless a certain condition is satisfied. Just kind of like a weird kind of a way. It's like it's already fucking my brain, to be honest. Okay, this is what recursion looks like. For example, we have created. Oh, by the way, here greet is not being called again, right? Another function is called. Okay, so when we call another function, is called normal function calling other function. But here recursion is function calling itself. Like how? How can we do that? Like this, already fucking our mind, right? Function is like, for example, we created a function named endless. We created a function named endless. Wow, so big. That's what nobody said. Nobody says. Anyway, function name endless we created, okay. And then after that we console log something like looping. It's every time this function will run, it will show looping. And again we have called, as soon as the console log is called, after that very line we have endless, the very function which we have created. We are calling that very function inside that very function. Yeah, like that my face becomes. And at the end what we have done, we have like finally invoked it. Once you invoke it, it will continuously endlessly run. So we don't want that, right? So let's write some more sensible recursive code. It's going to get hard. It's going to get not hard, it's going to get crazy like that. So like you don't have to like worry that much. I don't care. Like for example, you have created a function named count and we have put in this n as a parameter. Oh god, who's smoking here? उसके बाद that we have this function body. In the function body we have written n, okay. So for example, n is put by the user. Let's say he puts n as 10. So it is saying if n is greater than 0, like time will come, right, when n will become 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It will become 0, right? And why it will become 0? Because it is continuously getting reduced. Where it is getting reduced? Here. Here. But we don't see n minus minus here. Yeah, you don't see n minus minus here, because like this instance where n is 10 is running in this function. Another instance, when it will come, it will n minus 1 will become 9, right? For that case, 9 minus 1 will be the, the very instance, like there will be a line. Okay, when this function will be called, like this function, so in that case n will become 9, right? And here 9 minus 1 will be called. You know what I'm saying, right? It was continuously. This is uh, like 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 multiverse, like 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 getting microscopically inside things. Like, have you seen that example, like a suitcase inside a suitcase inside a suitcase inside a suitcase? I'll show you. Okay, a loop. No, it's not loop. It's like a recursion suitcase inside suitcase. Recursion suitcase. No, recursion TED Talk. TED Talk. I guess something like that. TED Talk. There was a TED animation. TED animation. TEDx. Yes, animation. Yes, this is the video. No, no. There was a very good video, okay? It was actually explaining what it is like. You see, like this. Can I understand? Can I get a feeling of it? Try jerking off less, because if you jerk off too much, your brain stops working. Anyway, stop it already, bro. Stop. I don't know what advices I keep giving in this. I think those advices are for me only. So as you can see, the output is also very much clear. Like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because the time came when it became n became equal to 0, which is not greater than 0. So this thing, the function recursion, it didn't go into calling itself. It stopped, and we see the output. Ta-da! Makes sense, right? Anyway, this is just not the end, bro. This is not the end. I'll show you. This is not the end. Okay, it's gonna use in JSON.parse and JSON.stringify. For example, for example, stringify will basically convert an entire array into a string, and parse will basically convert a string into a array. Yeah, string into an array, and stringify will convert an array into a string, like that. And this is used basically every browser have their own implementation of JSON, like JavaScript object notation, and it is created using recursion concept. This looks fucking pain in the ass, like package or Mozilla JavaScript or JSON import this that import blah, blah, blah. Author this. I don't know why do I even need to know that. Fucking complicated shit out of for me. Public class, so it's written in Java. I hate Java for now because I hate it. Simple as that. So there's some condition going on. I wish there was a visual representation of whatever was being shown. It gets very easier for humans. It's like this fucking scrap of code. I don't have animations for that in my head. How do I even understand? Anyway, let me just tell you what is it like. So for example, read value is a function which calls read objects. You can see in one of the cases it will call read objects. So when it calls read objects, you will see when it calls read objects. Okay, it's not shown here. So basically, read object will call read value. Yeah, it will call read value back again. Okay, it's very fucking complicated. Let me just see JavaScript implementation of this. For example, if you see here, we have a function named walk, and inside it, after something has happened, if a certain condition is satisfied, then that condition is again called. If this thing is true, then you can see v is equals to walk value k. You see? It was holder and key. Now it's become value and k. So basically, that function is called inside itself. Vomiting, already vomiting itself. But the other things like document that get element by ID, document dot query selector, and DOM traversal algorithms and everything. Will see that. Even you will see more complex data structures. It's everywhere basically. See more complex data structure. Basically, when we will create our own data structures, like complicated data structure, our own JSON files, our own query selector, we will create that. Yes, goosebump thing. That's happiness giving. That's somewhat ego boosting also, but that's crazy if you will able to do that. If it gets handy to us. Anyway, so till then, take care, be safe. Whatever I could give in this video, I gave, and whatever I could understand, I understood. Till then, take care, be safe, keep DSing. Look, my hairs are coming back, okay? In few weeks, it will grow thicker. I found a scientific way. Scientific. Anyway, take care, be safe. I look very weird and mad like, but bear with me. Take care, be safe.